Last episode on Thrill-Create, we finished our factory by building our train drop-off station out front, adding way too many machines in the basement, including one that automates diamonds, and also an entire redstone making machine upstairs. And you guys have come in clutch with suggestions on what we should put in the space down here. Everything from electron tubes to andesite alloy, brass, and some others in between, and I really appreciate all of your suggestions. And to start today's episode, we're gonna do a couple of those. And by do a couple of those, I mean they're already done. Yeah, I got all 3 of them done here. We've got one for andesite alloy, we have one for brass, and we have another one here that does electron tubes. Thank gosh, because I'm so sick of making those things. And they all kind of work exactly the same. So we have 2 controller slaves over here that are rolling items into a basin, mixing those together, making andesite alloy, zinc, and andesite. We got the same setup over here, and that is going to be zinc and brass. And then this is on a heated blaze burner. Both of those are outputting onto a basin, which is just going directly into this drawer controller slave right here. And we have almost the same thing over here. We have a piece of quartz and 8 pieces of redstone going into this basin. It's just making rose quartz. Right here, we have just a box full of sandpaper. It is sandpapering this down into polished rose quartz. This is taking some iron out, smashing it into iron sheets. This guy is grabbing both of those things into a mechanical crafter, and these, I just found out the other day, can deposit directly into a drawer controller slave. Now, as you can see, I have the whole thing shut off with these fancy little switches over here. Ooh, look at these. And the electron tubes are shut off because we already have 1,600 of them. We got more, and I put a bunch in this backpack right here. And then here's our brass and our andesite alloy. I am super excited with how this turned out. This is super wonderful. I actually started running out of other materials. I think it was zinc. Yeah, I did completely run out of zinc, so that stopped production in its, just completely. But I wanted to do those off camera because this is a Q&A episode after all, where we have a whole bunch of stuff that we need to get done. As you can see, my pockets are absolutely littered with crap. And here's our to-do list. We have the upstairs of the house that needs to be complete. We have the downstairs of the house, the barn area, the rocky walls. We have a train bridge behind the workshop that has been there since, gosh, forever. The crane interior, the train yard interior, the train track slopes, and moss scatter just kind of all over the place. And this is what we're going to be working on today while I answer the questions that you put in the last video. If you have any more questions, go ahead and put them under this video and I'll try to answer as many as I can in text format. But we have a decent amount of stuff already, and this place is just ruining frames. That's kind of all it does. So I'm going to shut this off. Oh my gosh, this feels so good to be shut off. And we'll start tidying up while we have all the frames now. My goodness, that does so much to the performance of this world. And now our first question comes in from Doesn't Want Pizza. Do you have any hobbies most people don't know about, and if so, what are they? Well, besides Minecrafting and YouTube, I actually do have a few more hobbies, the main one being miniature wargaming. I do play Marvel Crisis Protocol as well as Warhammer Old World, and I'm trying to get into Infinity, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to yet or not. But for those of you that don't know, you take little plastic miniatures, you assemble them using plastic glue or super glue, and then you paint them and put them on a table and play a game that's essentially Risk, just without a board, depending on the game. It could take upwards between an hour to 4 or 5 hours depending on the game as well, and it is an absolute blast. I have a lot of friends that play it, and it takes up all the rest of my free time besides Minecraft and YouTube. Our next question comes in from one of my patrons, actually, Dusk. Thank you so much for your support, Dusk. I appreciate it immensely. And Dusk asks, what's another game you play besides Minecraft? Do you have a favorite genre? Now, I'm going to answer the second part of this first because I absolutely have a favorite genre, and it is always and will always be RPGs. I adore RPGs so much. And the other games question is really difficult for me because of my horrible gaming ADHD. But recently I've been really into a game called Deep Rock Galactic as well as Morrowind. And I know Morrowind's a bit dated, but let me tell you, the storyline in that game just puts Skyrim to shame. I'm telling you, it's incredible. I would absolutely say that Morrowind's probably my favorite game of all time, and I've really considered getting a tattoo based on that game at some point. But, maybe in the future. Next, we have a question from longtime fan Wolfie Liam. Love you, bud. What has been your inspiration for your builds in your Create world, and who has inspired you to make content creation? Now, my inspiration for the Create buildings here has been a little bit of Victorian, a little bit of steampunk, as well as a little bit of just Industrial Revolution, hodgepodge, higgledy-piggledy, everything meshed all together with a bunch of clutter. Another more abstract piece of inspiration for the builds has been me trying to figure out how Create works, which I think was really fun in kind of warping the builds around whatever the heck I decided I needed to make that day. The second part of this question is a little more difficult, mainly because I don't have the time to list everyone. What originally got me into content creation was Grian, as well as all all of the hermits. I randomly just heard about Hermitcraft. I believe it was season 6 when I had learned about Hermitcraft. It was around about when Update Aquatic dropped, and I was like, I need to play Minecraft again because I had a hiatus of a few years of playing this game, and watching these folks play together and the absolutely incredible things that they were building, I was like, I need to do this. I need to start recording stuff. I need to get on YouTube. This is just so much. It looks like so much fun. I gotta give it a shot. Nowadays, this feels like a horrible cop-out answer, and I'm really sorry, everybody, but it's honestly the folks that watch my videos. I would not be nearly as inspired to continue to make content if people weren't enjoying the content that I was creating. All of you are just so wonderful. Thank you all for being here, and it really does honestly keep me going. I am blessed to have all of you here watching me just ramble on about Minecraft Create stuff. Our next question comes in from Avril. They ask, how you doing? Which could be also taken as, how you doing? Well, like, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry, that was the stupidest joke. And at first I was just gonna be like, you know, I'm doing fine, everything's good, thanks for asking. But then I was like, yeah, how am I doing? For those of you that don't know, I've been pretty open about this in the past. I struggle every now and then with depression. Depression, at least mine, comes in cycles. I have ups and downs that go probably, you know, a few months up and then a month or so down and then a few months up, etc., etc. And I gotta be honest, I've had a lot more ups this year than I have downs, and it's been really wonderful. So honestly, I'm doing pretty great. Of course, I have my spells every now and then, but I'm doing pretty good. At least today I am, and you know, hey, thanks for asking. I really appreciate that a lot. And you know, I hope you're doing well as well. I appreciate you. Now, Hardcore comes in with, what tips do you have for anyone who is getting into YouTube? We're going to take a step back here, and I'm just going to remind everyone that everything is relative. My experience is going to be different from your experience, it's going to be different from my kids' experience, etc., etc. And some of the biggest reasons why my experiences are going to be different is because I started YouTube pre-COVID, and I was sort of doing YouTube during COVID. You starting YouTube post-COVID, you're probably gonna have a very different experience than I did. Now, as far as just blanket tips, no matter how you're experiencing your startup and all that sort of stuff, free is absolutely your friend. I use DaVinci Resolve, which is a free editing software. My computer can run it. I use OBS, which is a free recording software, which my computer can run. For audio, I use Audacity, which is a free program. I use Paint.net, which is kind of like Photoshop, just a lot of the really good stuff stripped away, but again, it's free. And Paint.net is how I edit my thumbnails, etc., which you can also use Canva because, hey, that's free. Next, you're gonna have to pick what you want to do on YouTube. If you want to do Minecraft videos, if you want to do other video games, if you want to just have a blog, etc., etc., you got to narrow down what exactly you want to put out there in the world. And obviously, each one of those things has its own niche. For example, Minecraft, I'm doing Create. I could do tutorials, I could do vanilla, I could do hardcore. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can dig into in each individual thing as well. You can also cast a wide net, but in my personal experience, honing in on a niche is really good for growth. Next, you're going to want to do some market research. This is a business after all, so you're going to want to do some research and see what is working and what is not, what thumbnails are working and what aren't. You're going to want to look at different titles for videos to see what people are searching for. But honestly, the best way to learn how to actually record, edit, and upload a YouTube video is to just give it a shot. Try it. You're going to hate your first episode. You're going to hate your first 20 episodes. And guess what? That's okay. Go look at my first episode. It's absolute trash. It's really, really bad. But here I am now having an absolute blast putting out, I think, pretty decent content. And that all came from me trying and also learning, right? So I go through my old videos and I watch them and I figure out what did I do right, what did I do wrong, etc., etc. Lately, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but I've been trying to cut out the ands and the ums from my videos because I just can't stay away from them. Just one of the things that I'm still learning to this day. I hope any of that made sense and was helpful at all. Honestly, this is a topic that I could talk about for hours, so hey, if you ever want to get together with me at some point and chit-chat about how to start up YouTube, let me know, I guess. Maybe I should start a little podcast channel and figure out, you know, putting on little episodes like that. Maybe that would be helpful. Quick interruption, everybody. I just wanted to pop in and show you all this. Oh, we got a little dance area here. We got a little spooky skull. Over here, we have Toucan Sam, who is not the Fruit Stripe gum guy. That is a zebra. He is the Fruit Loops mascot. Duh. Geez, you think I wasn't born in the 90s or anything. Anyways, but yes, thank you for letting me know. Toucan Sam, Fruit Loops. Got it. But here's our little living room area. We just got a place to sit and hang out. We got a little dance studio over here. Got a little record. Best record ever. All right, that's enough of that. And then if we head on upstairs here, we have this nice little landing where, again, books. Mrs. Throw and I are kind of bookaholics. We absolutely adore reading. So I like to put books all over the place. So over here, we have a little broom closet, sort of closet type thing. Over here is the bathroom. Huge toilet for a big man. Sorry, stupid joke. Anyways, we got like a tub shower thing, I guess. And then I can dry off in front of here so everybody can watch me dry off. There we go. A place to wash our hands, brush our teeth, and oh, the mirror's all foggy. And then we come in here to the master bedroom, and again, more books, a little place to sit down and read. We've got a wardrobe over here, huge wardrobe. A little place to just, show off our stuff. Then over here is the bedroom with a little bit of art and this beautiful, I think, looking bed. I absolutely adore the way this came out. And we finally have a place for Eva to sleep. Usually Eva's a good book to do. But that ticks off 2 things on our list, upstairs and downstairs in the house. So we've got these ones to do next. And I'm feeling like a little moss scatter after doing all of that thinking with decorating. I just kind of want to place random blocks all over the place. And our next question comes from Obney, who asks, what is your opinion on walruses? And I gotta be honest with you, no one's ever asked me this question before, and I'm really glad that you have, because I've been trying to get this off my chest for a while, and I never had the outlet. Walruses, pretty friggin' dope. Not gonna lie. They're super cool. They got big old tusks. They hang out all day on like icy beaches and rocky beaches and stuff. They're pretty cool. Walruses are dope. Next up, we have Brandon, who's asked a ton of questions. Thank you so much, but I'm going to answer them kind of in a round robin with everybody else. The first one being, what made you want to do YouTube and Minecraft specifically? And Hardcore from the Discord also kind of asked this question as well. Now, me with Minecraft is kind of a tale as old as time. I was in college when it came out, and I was learning how to program Java, and a bunch of us had heard that there was this brand new game, an entire video game that was being programmed in Java, and we were like, you know what, we got to try this out, because Java's the worst, and we all hated their class, to be perfectly honest, and we fell in love with it. All of my nerd friends and I just absolutely fell in love with it, and as soon as it became available to the public, we all bought it, and then as soon as it was, able to, I think Bucket was the first server program that seems to come to mind. We all had this server that we were all playing on, and we would play off and on for a while, and oh my gosh, it was just such an incredible amount of fun. As the years went by in college and other life and stuff, I found some other video games that I really enjoyed playing, mainly some MMOs, but I think it was Update Aquatic where I finally came back to Minecraft after a few years away, because I was just like, this game just doesn't really have anything going for me, and Update Aquatic just, it was perfect. It was the perfect update. I loved it so much, and I dove, pun intended, directly back into Minecraft. And diving into something for me meant that I was also going onto YouTube and watching a whole bunch of stuff about that thing as well as Twitch. And I found Pixariffs, I think, with the survival guide, and I also started watching Hermitcraft. The Hermits have this absolutely incredible way of making it feel like you are playing with them, like you're on the server with them. It's so wonderful. They are the content creators on YouTube, in my opinion. They are incredible. And while watching their videos, I was like, I need to do this. I don't want to do this. I need to do this. I need to give this a shot. And I recorded an episode and deleted it. I was like, this is so bad. I can't put this on the internet. I deleted it immediately and re-recorded another episode and really thought about deleting it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm either going to hit publish or I'm not. So let's just start from somewhere and see where it goes from there. So that was a really long answer for Hermitcraft made me want to do YouTube, and Minecraft specifically because of Update Aquatic. Markeisha asks, what do you recommend for editing videos? I want to make Minecraft videos, and I don't think people will watch long plays. Now, I will say there is absolutely a market for long plays, but again, Minecraft is probably one of the most competitive YouTube environments there is, so you need to figure out what a long play means for you, whether it's a long form video with commentary or if it's just a long play with no commentary, which I have tried in the past, and they have, I've gotten decent views out of them. But anyways, back to the original question, what do I recommend for editing videos? 100% DaVinci Resolve. It is free. and it is pretty much as powerful as Premiere is. It's fantastic. I know a lot of people swear by Premiere, which is totally fine. It's just I don't have the money to pay for that right now, so I'm using DaVinci because it works and it's free. Next up, we have Wasted Wanderer 420, who asks, how did you come up with your name? So I don't know if you can tell by the content that I put out, but I'm kind of a nerd. I really like tabletop RPGs, and I used to play one called WFRP's Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and I made a Slayer character, which is a dwarf character named Thorlash. Honestly, there was no thought behind it, I just thought it was kind of cool. When I decided that I was going to do content creation, I thought I was going to use that name as well. In my first series, I was actually role-playing a dwarf on this channel, and I was not doing a great job, but I gave it my best effort, and I decided to change the name from Thorlash to Throwlash because I didn't want Disney to sue me, which is really the biggest reason. I just, didn't want anything to do with Thor in there, because it was like peak superhero movie time. But that's it. I wish it was something a little bit more epic, but no, I'm just a nerd who likes dwarves. Hi, another mid-video check-in. So I did the moss pretty much everywhere, and from up here, I really think that it adds a lot. It looks really great. It's not nearly as, meadowy, that kind of bluish grass. It adds so much depth and character, right? But from down here, no, I do like it. I do like it. I think it looks pretty good. I was thinking maybe in a couple places I might have gone a little bit too heavy, but I think it absolutely adds a lot of very needed color and detail, especially in this area right here. This was just a sea of blue with a sea of yellow underneath it, and I like how different the different moss colors and textures adds. This is good. This is a good idea, and I broke something. I also off camera added a little bit more pathing around the different points of interest in the barn area as well. I think that came out really, really nice. Oh, it looks like the stones over here need a little bit. All that does is really solidify them as structures and gives them a little bit, I guess, a bit of a story in this area. And the only place I have yet to add any moss is down over here in the barn area, and I'll get to that later. I'm kind of mossed out at this point in time, and I think what we're gonna try and do next is tackle this bridge back here, because this thing has been sitting on the to-do list, oh my gosh, forever. Just absolutely forever. So I'm gonna need to, I think the plan currently is to put the bridge in and then set the river. And the river might only get decorated to a certain point and then just kind of spill over like it is right now. Or I might go absolutely nuts and decorate the entire thing. Only time will tell. But first, we must grab material. Let's head back to Brandon's questions, and their next one is, what is your in-real-life job? I do sort of IT work for a college. I help folks with their online classrooms, and I help students with their online classes if they need help with those, etc. A lot of it is half teaching, and then the other half is technical support, more or less. So I kind of work half service, half teaching. I did work for the IT department on that college for a very long time, and I've done nothing but IT work since college. And this was kind of the first time that I did something that wasn't strictly IT. It's very IT adjacent, but it is not just information technology. Next, we have Ian, who comes in with, who are some of your YouTube inspirations, whether it be Minecraft or other styles of YouTubers? Now, this question I kind of already answered with Liam's question, but I'll dig into it again just because, I don't know, it's fun. I don't know why, but this is a really hard one for me to answer. I watch a decent amount of YouTube. I really don't watch a lot, but mainly the things that I do watch are Minecraft related or miniature wargaming related. That's kind of it. Some of the other things that I watch on YouTube are things like music compilations, whether it's from video games or channels like Blue Turtle, for example, one of my absolute favorite channels that does music because they also do animation for it. Incredible channel, check them out. But inspirations for Minecraft, obviously Mr. Beerstone is a huge inspiration, Foxy No Tail, Diasil, and a bunch of pretty much all the other creators that I can't think of right now. Sorry, everybody. BOO is a massive inspiration, just the chill vibes as well as the turning Minecraft and YouTube into essentially a movie. Amazing what that man does. Pretty much all of the hermits, I aspire to be them. Sort of. I would love to be a hermit someday. That would be incredible. I'm not really holding my breath, but it would be super wonderful. They are just the kind of vibe that I'm looking for. And I actually was inspired to do this Q&A based on one of my new favorite YouTubers, Slip. It's me, Slip. Go check them out. Incredible content creator. Super wonderful stuff. One of the miniature wargaming YouTube accounts that I watch all the time, and it always gets me inspired to do miniature wargaming stuff, is Devs and Dice. The dude's incredible. He does this game called Mordheim all the time. If you haven't heard of it, it's super old and super wonderful. I absolutely adore that game, and I never get the chance to play it, but living vicariously through him making terrain is just the coolest thing ever. Go check them out as well if you've never seen them before, and if you're into miniature wargaming. Back to Brandon again with, what is your dream job? And I gotta be honest, this. I would really love to do content creation of some kind. I really would. Whether it's Minecraft YouTube, which I think would be super great, or Twitch streaming, or wargaming YouTube, or just something, some sort of content creation would be super wonderful. If content creation doesn't work out, I always love the idea of opening like a game store, like a games and hobbies. You know, people play card games and board games and war games, etc. I always thought that would be super fun. And the completely wild, outlandish one that I think would be the most incredible thing ever is I would love to build like some sort of Hobbit-like community, Hobbit hole community, and just rent out all of the little Hobbit holes as like a staycation for people, and have like a big mess hall where everybody gets together for dinner like once a week or once during their stay in order to all, you know, enjoy food and drink and good time together. I think that would be so much ridiculous fun. Meeting new people, living in hobbit holes, just taking it easy in life. It would be the most fun ever. Our next question comes from our very own Slip. Slip, thanks for coming in and asking a question, buddy. I appreciate you. Now, they ask, what is one of your fondest memories in Minecraft? Picture this, it's like 2009 or something like that. I'm in college with a bunch of my friends, and we're all playing Minecraft just by ourselves, and my friend boots up this, I think it was Bucket server, and we all start playing this game together on a server, and I was like, this is peak gaming. Nothing can get better than this. This is the most incredible thing that I've ever seen in my life, is us playing Minecraft together. You know, what, 15 years down the road? Look at where we are now, right? Anyways, we had this world where we all decided we were just gonna, you know, boot up a world and build stuff, because that's what you did. Like, we had flat worlds where we did things. I think I made like a McDonald's or street or something like that. It was ridiculous. And then we decided we were just gonna do a survival world, and I built a lighthouse that I found online, and everyone was like, "Wow, that looks so good." I was like, "Yeah, that's not mine." My one friend built this like tower-like thing where you had to go through lava, little jumpy game to get up to the actual ladder to go up to the tower. And then another friend and I, we decided we were gonna make some castle, which it looked so bad, but it's so incredible in my eyes. And another friend of mine and I, we were going up on top of like a hill, and we were gonna build this town there. And again, it was like, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And now, you know, looking at this world, I'm like, wow, that town looked awful. There were 4 buildings. We didn't have a big enough plot to build on. What were we doing? And I distinctly remember in one of the corners of that town, like in the wall, we found out that boat elevators existed, where essentially if you ride a boat into water that was flowing down, you would actually float. And because you rode the boat into the column of water, you would float up to the top. And then you could go from there and then just drop down into the water below. And we found out it was like the greatest elevator in the world. So I remember we just demolished a corner of the wall of the town and built this elevator there for no reason. Just like, it sucks climbing up this hill, so let's just try this elevator, I guess. And it worked great, but it looked awful. But back then it wasn't really about look, it was about just enjoying yourselves and seeing what this game could do, seeing what you could do, and just hanging out with friends and just having a good time. And I think that's something that folks nowadays just don't remember or weren't around for, so they don't really get that vibe of like, Minecraft is literally just a sandbox for you to do whatever you want in and just hang out with friends if that's your thing, and build whatever you want, even if it looks terrible, just build it. And yeah, that was definitely my fondest memory, was those multiplayer servers with friends. That was a great trip down memory lane, Slip. Thanks for that. Interrupty talkie time. As you can see, I have my sleeping bag because I just took a nippy nap. Now look at this. This turned out not at all like I thought it was going to. I really thought I was gonna do a bridge with like bridge-like things, and then the more I put stone blocks down, the more I was like, nope, this eroded this away for goodness knows how long. This used to be be, I don't know, like it actually used to be a cliffside that went out to here, and this just went right through it. And then I started, I don't know, putting rocks in here to build it back up and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, natural bridge is best bridge. And I think it came out really good. I think it came out pretty darn good. The bank of the river could use some improvements. I do like how I textured with the andesite and all that sort of stuff. But I don't know, I want to get this done. I want to get this done. And I like the couple of waterfalls that are in here as well. Water mechanics are so weird. I'm not too super worried about it. And I made this, golly, months ago. I just was bored one day. I couldn't think of anything, and I just made this huge for no reason whatsoever. But I really like it, and I like how sparse it is. I like how there's not a lot of trees around, but I just put this foliage here just to kind of show, I don't know, like this has been digging some stuff away, and it kind of showcases it a little bit more that there isn't trees there. But I am super happy with this. I think it came out fantastic, and I think it really does look sufficient for holding our train up, to be perfectly honest. Speak of the devil, and that is the train bridge behind workshop done, and now we've got a whole bunch of stuff here. Golly, what next? Let's work on the crane. Let's do the crane interior. I'm not avoiding doing that gigantic wall over there. You're avoiding doing that gigantic wall over there. And we're going to continue to not procrastinate by answering Doesn't Want Pizza's next question, which is, what music do you like, if any? I love music. I actually almost went to college to be a music teacher because I adore playing music. I think music is really great. And honestly, there's not a lot of music that I don't enjoy. I really like a lot of different genres. I'm not the biggest fan of pop, and I'm not the biggest fan of country, but there is some pop and some country that I do enjoy. It really depends on the mood that I'm in, to be perfectly honest. If I'm in a down sort of mood, then I want to listen to like emo grunge. If I'm in an up sort of mood, then I probably am going to listen to some sort of either peppy rock or some sort of video game music, maybe some, some upbeat hip hop. Who knows? I kind of really do listen to everything. Uh-oh, I did a breaky. Whoopsies. Well, I guess I gotta fix that. I meant to take this off. And that's going the wrong way. Whoops, 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 whoops. That looks about right. Hey, kids, make sure you know exactly where you're grabbing stuff. Yeah, that was a big oopsies. Next, we have Brandon again with what's your favorite animal? And it has almost always been the octopus. I think they are the cutest, the smartest, and the freaking coolest animal on the planet. They're so just quirky and unique, and they're just so intelligent. And if you watch videos online, they're so friggin' adorable. All they want is like human contact, but they also don't at the same time. I don't know. I have always thought that octopodes are one of the coolest things ever, and it's octopuses or octopodes. I think there's another one in there. They all work. Don't worry about it. It makes sense. And yeah, at this point, I think we're going to call this complete. This was actually pretty simple. This was another one I was kind of worried about. I thought it was going to be a lot, but no, it turned out pretty A-okay, nice and easy. So yeah, I'm glad that's done. Check it off the list. And let's do the train yard interior while we're, keen on doing interiors. Next up again, we have Patron Dusk with, when you were younger, what was the career path you had chosen, and how close did you get to that? Now, I kind of answered this a little bit with some other questions. I had originally thought I was going to be a music teacher, so I am completely well off of that career path. I do nothing with music right now besides listen to it. I don't even have any of the instruments that I used to play. And if anyone's interested, I played the euphonium and I used to sing. And I ended up going to college for IT stuff, for computer work, and that's essentially what I've done since I got out of college. I think I did like 6 months of retail somewhere, and it was horrible. But yeah, I landed essentially exactly where I wanted to, or where I thought I wanted to when I chose my college career path. So, threw a dart and hit pretty much bullseye. Second to last of Brandon's questions, we have pets, and I'm assuming this means, do you have any pets? Yes, I have 2 cats and a dog. One of my cats, Chuck, I have had since I've been in college. She's 16 years old now. My other cat, Reginald, is Chuck's brother, and we have a dog, Madeline, who is a black lab pit mix, who is the sweetest and craziest dog on the planet. We just put down, unfortunately, a couple of years ago, the best dog that I've ever had in my entire life. Her name was Eva, and Eva lives in the house in Minecraft with me right now. She was the greatest thing ever, and she was another pit mix. But yes, I adore animals. I want birds, and I want lizards, and I want fish, but I don't have the time or the mental capacity to have all of those animals. So maybe in the future, who knows? And wow, that's That's this place done already. We're just rocking through these things, I guess. We got this over here. Oh, I forgot I gotta jump over that. And this over here. I really like this hanging the flywheel sort of thing. I think that looked really good. And also on this side, I have, what is it, the train hull hanging from the ceiling as well. I think that turned out really great too. So I'm glad those are done as well. What do we do next? Do we have to do the thing? I think we might have to do the thing. Fine. First, I think we have to check things off. And I mean, my inventory's a mess, so I should probably clean that up. You know, we haven't stared at the sunrise over the ocean in a while. And I mean, now that we're out here, we gotta clean up this Enderman mess. Oh, it's been so long since I've seen flying fish. These guys are so cool. All right, fine, I'll do the stinking wall. Ugh. It's gonna take forever. While we're doing this wall, which is gonna take all of my entire life, why don't we answer Liam's question? And Liam has this great question. It's, what is your why? Wow, this is profound. And how long do you have? Why do I do YouTube? It's fun. I like showing the things that I come up with to folks. I really enjoy the community. It's been a nice positive impact on my life, especially recently. Why do I wake up every day? Mainly because I need to go to work so I can feed my kids. Why do I hang out with my kids? Because I absolutely adore them, and they're probably one of the greatest things that have ever happened in my entire life. Why am I the way that I am? I don't know. I probably should go to more therapy and ask that question to my therapist. Why do I try to choose positivity over negativity more often? Because I feel like you just live a better life when you're thinking about things in an uplifting and positive way. Why are there so many ways to answer this question? Because I'm an overthinker, and I can't stop thinking about different things, and it hurts me sometimes, to be perfectly honest. Why did I procrastinate to do this wall so long? Because I couldn't get the actual mental capacity to just sit down and take the hour and a half that it takes to do this stinking wall. Why do I feel like I'm having a breakdown answering this question? I don't know, you're having a breakdown answering this question. I don't know, man. I just work here. I'm just kidding, Liam. This was a great question. Thank you for asking it. It could be interpreted so many different ways. Down in the comments, let me know what your why is. And last of Brandon's questions, we have, what is your favorite D&D class? Oh boy. Let me tell you, my favorite D&D class has always been the Druid. I love the idea of shapeshifting into different animals. Moon Druids are the coolest thing in the world. I absolutely adore Druids. Now, one of my favorite characters I've ever played was not a Druid. His name was Ukrosk. He was a half-orc cleric of Thor, and he was just so friggin' cool. I loved playing that guy. I have the coolest stories from playing that character. He's so much fun. However, I did play a lot of Druids that I adored throughout my D&D career. I do play a lot of Pathfinder now. I haven't actually played a Druid yet, in Pathfinder, but I'd love to try it at some point. But yeah, all about Druids, all about shapeshifting. I mean, if I can just come into an encounter at like level 2 and be like, yeah, I'm a bear now, like, get over it. How do you not love that? That's the freaking coolest thing ever. Next up, we have Plasmagon, who snuck in at the last second for, if you saw Deadpool and Wolverine, what did you think of Channing Tatum's character? I really have no opinion. I thought the entire movie was incredible. Just absolutely incredible. I loved the entire thing. If you are of proper age to go see that movie, oh my gosh, go see it. It was so good. I was laughing the whole time. I was emotional when I was supposed to be emotional. I have Like an Angel, or whatever the heck the name of that song is, stuck in my head. Oh my gosh, movie was so great. Go see it. Now, let me tell you, I have been dreading doing this for so long, and man, if I should have done this sooner. Wow, this turned out so well. It turned out really, really great. And to be honest, I don't know what I was so worried about. Now, I think it's a little too uniform in a couple places, like here, like the V just kind of works out a little bit too well, the slopes. But I gotta be honest, for only like an hour or so's work, this turned out fantastic. I'm gonna have to put one more stone block right there, because that can't match. Yeah, this turned out really, really, really great, and I think I might dot a couple more trees. You see I got a sapling down there. I might dot a couple more trees down over there just to get them growing. But man, am I so glad that I finally finished this. Oh my gosh. It's been on the to-do list just like the bridge over there for way too long, and I am so glad that it's finally done. It really just ties this area together and makes that area seem like a complete build, finally. Go ahead and plop this right here. There we go. Let's check on our to-do list. Barn area, rocky walls. There's only one thing left. That's so surreal. That is so surreal to me. Okay, so true story, I have never, ever finished an area in Minecraft before, ever. I've never completed, quote-unquote, completed a build. Now, obviously, this place could have more done to it. Like, nothing is ever complete in Minecraft. You can always do more. But this is the first time where I'm like, yeah, I wanna complete a certain amount of things and do them, and I did that. I did that. I can't get ahead of myself. We actually have to do the thing, so I can't really get ahead of myself. But let me put a whole bunch of stuff away, empty my pockets up, and we'll do the final thing. And with our final thing, we'll go over our final question, which once again is from Dusk. Again, thank you, Dusk, so much for your patronage. I appreciate you so much for your support. And Dusk comes in with, if you could change one aspect of your life right now, what would it be? We're gonna get a little deep thoughts with Throw here for a second, because there are many things that I would change about my life right now. I have a very good life, and I want to preface that. Actually, it's not a preface. I already said it. I just want to go back and I want to say that I have a very good life right now. However, I think it's safe to say that every human being wants something different or something more, or would want to change something. I don't think there's anyone on the planet who's like, nah, you know what, I'm just completely set. I don't ever want to change anything. But if there was just one, if I could just pick one aspect of my life that I would change right now, it would be being healthier, being more fit, being more active, working out, working on my body, essentially. I sit in a chair all day for work, and then I sit in a chair all night to do Minecraft stuff when I have the availability, so I don't really move enough, and it is starting to physically affect me. It's starting to affect my health, and I think that is the biggest thing that I would change, is I would be more active, and I'm working on it. I've started a couple workout programs, and this last couple of weeks I haven't been able to do them. I haven't made time to do them. That was an excuse. I haven't made time to do them, and it's something that I still struggle with. I still need to work on. But yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I would change right now, is just being more active and being more fit. Hey everybody, yeah, just taking a little sit down breather here with Toucan Sam over there. Up, there he is. Hey buddy, how's it going? Yeah, we're done. which is super surreal to say, but we're done. The whole island's done. I did everything that I wanted to do. Let's just go ahead and grab my clipboard here, go over to the to-do. Bam. Done. We're done with the whole thing. Can you imagine that, Sam? It's crazy. The whole place is done. The interior of this house since, gosh, episode 2. The upstairs. Oh my goodness gracious. And where are the other ones? They're all in here. I gotta put them back in the correct order, but they're all in here. I'll put the to-do over there just so we can get those in the correct order before I give this world download to everyone on my Discord. That's right. Every single one of you that joins my Discord can get this world download. I can't believe that we did it. We completed this entire build, the whole thing. As you can probably tell, I'm a little lost for words. I have never, ever completed a build in Minecraft. I've never completed an area. Obviously, there's more that could be done here. Like, there's space for more buildings. But I'm good. I'm good. I've set out to do everything that I wanted to do. It's been almost a year. I think I started this around Halloween, and right now it is August. It's the middle of August, and we're setty spaghetti. We're all setter spaghetti. So I think what the last couple of things that we got to do here, I'm just going to demolish a little bit of this, and we are going to go ahead and place an armor stand down. We're going to strip all of our armor off, and of course it doesn't put this on this at all because I have the no armor mod on, so that's why it's not showing. There we go. There's our armor. I'm gonna place my backpacks down. Just gonna go ahead and put all of my stuff in my backpacks here. So when y'all do the world download, there it is. All of my stuff sitting right here in the bedroom with Miss Eva. Grab a cheeseburger for the road, and let's go check out our world. Just do a little tiny little world tour here. The starter base started us all. Finally finished. Absolutely wonderful. Of course, we have the basement storage area. I really like this basement storage. I think it turned out great. Head back upstairs and outside. Our little path goes right down to more path, and then down also to our horse here. as well as the barn. What a beautiful this area turned out to be as well. And look at that, the throw train in the station. And I just wanted to walk through here again because my goodness, did this place turn out a little gaudy, but absolutely beautiful. It's a bit much, but I really like it. It serves the purpose of getting us cherry trees. That is for darn sure. You know, pop in a free cam just a little bit. I am so happy with these. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it looks super, super wonderful. And I'm so glad it's finally done too. Do the dangerous thing and walk on our brand new train tracks. Newly decorated, that is. Head over to our train yard. This is one of my absolute favorite builds on this island. I just think it came out so perfectly. Exactly how I wanted it to come out. This is, it's so wonderful. And our newly decorated little train area, little workshop areas, they came out so great too. I love these things hanging from the ceiling. I think that was such a nice touch. Hop, skip, and a jump up this way to our stone quarry. And this place, I don't know. I think it came together really great. I really do. It's a little boring, but there's also just so much character. I love this. I think this turned out perfect. It's exactly how I wanted it to turn out. Creepy little bell, and then we've got our controls for the crane. And the crane itself, I think, looks just so good, and I love the way this turned out. I think this is just such a perfect example of where, you know, storytelling, where I get all my stone and my materials from. Should have packed a couple of burgers. So, and then we go through our beautiful garden. I think this was, gosh, like our second build or something like that. And it just turned out so beautifully. All working away, getting us all of our food. And I still absolutely adore this fountain design. And the water and meadows, just that vibrant blue. So beautiful. We cross our train tracks and watch out for the crazy driver. We head up to our andesite farm, and this build it's a little wonky. This is quite the sheer slope of a building, but I really do still love the way that this turned out with our lava farm here, with our dripstone cauldrons. And this was so fun to figure out. This pretty easy, but the rest of the stuff here, I was still kind of tinkering with Create, figuring out exactly how things were supposed to go. As you can tell, the whole thing's full. I would need to redo all of the gearings in here to get it to stop running. It's super clunky. One of my other absolute favorite builds, the workshop. Just this hodgepodge, higgledy-piggledy looking building with this beautiful windmill on the side of it, looking like that's giving it all the power. And I love the open door, the door that's just like slightly ajar forever. I really think that's great. Wait, it's not a door. It's a door. It's not a jar. And then it's got everything in it that we need. And again, just learning how things work and Create, just kind of slapping things down wherever I can slap them. And I don't know if I ever showed this off in a video, but I have this cooker here. Got, I think, two fans. Yep, there's lava and a couple of fans here and here. And then upstairs we have the washing machine, 4 fans all washing into this central point here. So I did find a space for the use for the upstairs space. And then of course blobfish pond with I think our sole surviving blobfish here. I finally put a grate in there so they would stop falling into the river. Oopsies. And speaking of the river, I am so glad that this is also finally done. This just looks so much better. So much better. I am so glad with how this turned out. Yeah, looking at this from almost any angle is just, it's super inspiring, and I love the way this came out. And the river that just runs all the way down into this little pool of water down here. It's a little bit too stone. I probably could have thrown some dirt and mud and stuff in there, but again, I'm so glad that it's done. I'm so glad with the way that it turned out. I think it looks great. Hi, little Blobby. We've got our little sunflower field with our hummingbirds buzzing around. And then one of the bigger builds on the island, I love this thing. It's super imposing, and it serves us 3 functions here. We've got just the regular mob farm with our XP here, just chugging away, getting us all the things that we need. And then our enchanting setup and basalt as well. I loved the raised position. It makes it just so mumuch more unique than a lot of the other builds that are here. And then this here is probably my favorite build on the whole island. I adore the way this came out. It was perfect. I envisioned this and plopped it down. I love the big old chimney stacks. I think this whole thing came out absolutely fantastically. And with almost all of our stuff turned off, we're barely using any of this boiler. And just our hidden little details every now and then. A little bench overlooking the ocean, our wall holding up all of this area here. And then probably my second favorite build here, Cypress Lane, turned out perfect. Once again, a build that I envisioned and just plopped it down. It came out exactly how I was thinking. This is absolutely perfect. And then this monstrosity. Oh my gosh. Before we get there, let's actually, I want to just appreciate this beautiful pond. Again, Foxy No Tail, huge shout out to the inspiration there on their build where they built their power plant, I think in their second base, and my goodness, this came out absolutely perfectly. I love the use of mud underneath all of this here. This is so wonderful. We'll check out this thing last. Oh, and I gotta wait for the train to go by. I want to get hit again. And perfect. As night is falling, we walk through our little winter wonderland. This was a fun little offshoot build. I really liked doing this. It took way longer than I was expecting it to. But I think it turned out really great. I really do. I've got a little secret down here. Don't tell anybody. Secret little campfire hideout. And I'm not going to go in there because it's absolutely atrociously disgusting inside. Again, that was kind of me learning how a lot of create things work. This is a build that you appreciate from the outside. Yeah, I guess we're doing things in almost chronological order. I also really adore this. And this is kind of the wooden version of this. I don't know if anyone kind of made that connection, but this is kind of the tiny wooden version of this building here. Let's head on inside, and this is Throw-Lash Clutter to the absolute maximum. This is, I love it. I love having the clutter all over the place. I think it looks really, really cool, and it just gives it so much story, whereas like, I'm kind of just some dude, some hermit living on this island, just putting things where I need to put things and building stuff that I need to build. And this wood yard, I could have just put these things in here spinning, but no, I have to decorate, and honestly, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love it. Even the pile of wood here that we're processing on our big old spinning machine. This is really difficult for me to talk good about myself, by the way, folks. And then our final piece de resistance, the factory. And man, oh man, did this turn out wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's got everything that I wanted, everything that I needed. The absolutely insane, higgledy-piggledy, just network of craziness upstairs. It turned out perfect. And if I'm being honest, this building is just awesome. It's just awesome. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. It's a nice repeating pattern, which is super easy and wonderful, but then we've got all these crazy little doohickeys and whatnots all over the place. It turned out perfect. It turned out exactly like I wanted. I gotta eat some berries, my goodness. And as we head back to our house, probably for the final time, ladies and gentlemen, in this world, what I want to just, I can't even express enough my thanks for the crazy year, absolutely wild and crazy year that it has been. The amount of support that I've gotten in this year alone, thank you. Thank you all so much for everything. I appreciate every single one of you folks who have been watching, liking, everybody that's subscribed, all the new folks. These guys they just get a little stuck sometimes. We gotta help them out. There you go. But thank you everyone for everything that you've done for me, for this channel. Just thanks. I appreciate you. And I cannot wait to bring you more Throw-Lash content. We will be having a Create Season 2. It will be happening relatively soon. I have a world. I've got everything. Don't worry about it. You'll learn stuff here pretty soon. Once again, all the stuff is in the Discord. Please join us. You can find this world in the Discord as well in a downloads area. But yeah, thanks. Thank you everyone for all your support. Huge special thank you to my patrons Wraith and Dusk. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. And folks, I love y'all so much, and I appreciate you more than I could even explain. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Throw-Lash signing out on this Create World for the last time. Goodbye.